guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today I'm going to be using the Makeup Basket Monday products to get ready with today. So let's get started with some primer. So what I'm going to start with is the Becca, the First Light Priming Filter. This is the purple one here. I'm going to use this to put on my face. I have already used a moisturizer, but honestly my skin is still really dry, so I'm going to go a little bit extra with this purple stuff. But I have noticed now that I've been using this a couple times, well, not a couple times, quite a few times, I have noticed that this does make a difference in my skin. I feel like my skin looks a little bit more brighter. Not like, it doesn't change your skin like permanently, just that it makes your skin look a little bit more brighter, a little bit more luminous when you're wearing it underneath foundation. I do put it under my eyes too. I don't know if you should or you shouldn't, but I do. So you can do it however you choose to. If you don't want to put it there, you don't have to. But it does have like a light citrusy scent, so honestly I really do like this. I was kind of like on the fence about it, but I think it's really good, and I've already used quite a bit. I'm already down to here, so that's quite a bit after only having it for such a short amount of time. I think it's a good product. Now what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to put my Bite Beauty Agave lip mask on because my lips are really dry too. So I'm just going to put a little of this on, or a lot, however it goes. Grab my little towel here so I can wipe my fingers off. And then now I'm going to go in with my foundation. I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I have the shade Warm Nude. I actually really do love this foundation. It's really nice. If you have dry skin, I think your skin would really like it. I don't think it's like an oily base or anything, so I'm not saying that you would like it because it's oily. Not whatsoever. I just feel like it doesn't sink into your fine lines and accentuate anything. I think it just makes your skin look really good. So it just kind of perfects your skin, I think. So it is almost like your skin was born that way. So I'm going to go in, that's the first layer. I'm going to go in probably with 2 layers. My skin has gotten a little bit better, but I am putting it under my eyes today, my foundation. And I know sometimes I don't and sometimes I do. It just depends on how I feel like doing it. But this one I find doesn't really... I can almost use this one honestly as a concealer. I don't need much of a concealer if I use this, which is great. Because concealer usually makes my under eyes crease really bad, so I'm just going to dab this all over very quickly. Trying to get ready quickly today because I'm running behind. Isn't that how it always goes? Feels like I never can get things done on time, and then by the time that it's time to film a video, I have to rush a little bit. So we're going to rush this just a little bit, but it'll show you that you don't have to take a lot of time to get ready in the mornings if you're someone that doesn't take a whole lot of time to get ready. I don't like taking a lot of time to get ready in the first place. I don't know about you guys, but I don't have a whole lot of time. I've got too many things going on sometimes, most of the time. So as you can tell, it already did a great job of covering my skin. I think it looks really nice, but I am going to go in with a second coat. Or second layer, however you want to call it. That was half a pump. Here's the rest of the pump. Go in and put it all over, just to make sure that my skin's covered pretty good. And I do take it down my neck just a tad, just to kind of make sure that it looks a little bit even. I'm like pouncing the crud out of my face today, you guys. It's like boom, boom, boom. I'm glad you guys enjoyed last week's Get Ready With Me. I was a little worried because I feel like it was long, and I'm like, oh gosh, that was really long, a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. But I feel like sometimes when you're talking, it takes longer to get ready than it would if you weren't talking. I'm sure you probably understand what I mean. Like, if you're standing there talking to somebody, it takes a little bit longer, because it doesn't normally take me that long to get ready. Unless I'm going like on like a date night with my husband or something, then I take a long time because I'm like, gotta be all fancied up. Okay, so that is the foundation. Now I'm going to go in. I can tell you guys already, this Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Concealer, it's too dark for me, really too dark. So it's not that it's a bad product, but it's just too dark for me, so I can't actually use this today. I don't think it's a bad product. I think it's really good, but just doesn't work. So I'm actually going to pull another primer here, or another concealer. So I'm going to use this concealer. And then I also, because I was going to use that as my primer for my lids, I need to pull something different. So I'm actually pulling a little bit of different stuff here today. So not planned. This is my MAC Painterly Paint Pot, which I've used a million times. I'm sure you guys have probably already seen me use this a million times. I absolutely love this product. I think it's really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids with a little bit of this to help to get rid of any kind of discoloration that's on my eyelids, because I do have some sort of like dark spots, and I don't know what they're from. I use like the C serums and all that stuff. What is it? Is it C serums? C serums. That makes sense. The C, vitamin C. I use vitamin C on my skin, but I don't really use that around my eyes because I'm not sure that you're supposed to. So you can't really change the discoloration on your eyelids. I can't anyway. I mean, I'm sure there's a way you could. If you know a way, let me know, because I would definitely love to learn how to do it because my eyelids are very discolored. The other thing that I can't use that I'm actually just going to toss is the Professional. This is something I'm not sure if I showed you guys. This is the Rimmel Professional Eyebrow Pencil, and it's the shade Hazel, which I thought it was like a brown, and it shows up like a brown, but when you put it on your brows, when I put it on my brows, it looks really orange, and I'm like, ugh. It doesn't look right on me, so I'm going to pull something else here quick. I'm going to pull this little product. This is my Bodyography, the Essential Brow Trio. So this is what I've been using in place of that because that is just way too orange on my brows. My brows looked really orange. I looked really strange. I kind of look like Carrot Top with my eyebrows. So I was like, no, that's a no-go for me. So now we're actually going to go into the Balm Appetit eyeshadow palette, and it's the one that says Eat Your Heart Out. I have used this quite a few times this week, and I think it's a really cute palette. I don't know if I like the design of like the way that it's like tri-folded. It's kind of like a pain in the bottom, to be honest with you. And I just think that the reason why I say that though is because you have to like fold all these pieces back. I don't like how it's tri-folded. It's cute, but it's just not practical. But that doesn't mean that the product isn't good. I just don't like the packaging design. I think the packaging design is cute, but I just don't like the way you have to fold it. So I've just used my little cleaner so I can clean off my brush. This is a Tarte brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and put some color down. This is the color Bruschetta. I'm just going to kind of cover up that MAC Painterly paint pot that I put on my lid. Going with a little bit more. There is no like actual brown color, like a tan color or anything in here, which is what I would normally set my lids with, like an off-white. This is more of like a pinky white, I think. It's not really a true white. It's not really a cream. It's more of a pinky white, I think. But it actually looks good. I don't think it looks bad on my lids. I really like the way it looks. And I like the way it sets everything. So it sets everything just fine. So now I'm going to go in using the same brush. I'm going to go in over here to Raisin Bread. I'm going to use this to go ahead and start building up my transition using the same brush. I'm going to kind of make it just a wide, not really a transition. It's going into my, I guess that's more a transition. Going into my crease here. Just making it look pretty wide though, because I'm just doing a normal everyday look, which is what I always do. You guys probably get sick of, you'll get sick of seeing these everyday looks maybe. I hope not. I'll try to change it up some. I'll maybe try to learn some new techniques. But I think also by using the same techniques that I always use, I can tell you whether or not I feel like these shadows work good. And these do work good. I think they work well. They have pretty good pigmentation to them. I think the Balm is like a very underrated brand. I'm not sure why, because I feel like they have great products. I just feel like they don't get enough hype on YouTube. Maybe it's because they don't actually send people to different places and things like that, or I'm not sure. Maybe that's why. Unlike, you know, the brush brand that I'm using right now, they send people to places and then they get really, really hyped up. And then the products are sometimes good and sometimes bad, where I feel like the Balm is mostly consistent, or I feel like most of their products are very good. I have not had a complete fail of the Balm for a long time, to be honest with you. So I feel like Balm is a very consistent brand. So there is my crease. That's all I'm going to do there. And now I'm going to flip the brush because it's a dual-ended brush. And I'm actually going to go over here to this Crispy Bacon. Crispy Bacon is like a orangey shade. And I'm going to tap off just a tad. And this is like a shimmery color, but I'm still going to put it on the outer V of my eye. Just because I think it's a pretty color. But I don't want it on the center because I like a lighter shade on the center of my eyelid. So I'm going to bring it up just a tad and then put it there. And then I'm going to flip my brush and then blend a little bit. And I'm not worried about creating a mess under here because I will clean up everything with my concealer. I'm not worried about that. Now I'm going to flip the brush back over again and go back into the Crispy Bacon and go over onto the other side. And then again, do the same thing. I'm just kind of like putting it into the outer V, but also bringing it up just a tad. And then I'm going to flip my brush, and then I'm going to blend outwards. So that is how I'm going to use that eye color. So there's what it looks like so far. I think it's really pretty. Now what I'm going to do is use my little tool here. This is the Vera Mona color switch, and I'm going to clean my brushes off on both ends so that I can use different colors. Now I'm able to use different colors with the brush so that now that it's clean, so I don't have to worry about the shadows coming off again. I like to use stick to only 1 or 2 brushes when I'm doing looks. I don't know about you guys, but I hate dirtying up like a ton of brushes. So now what I'm going to do is go down to jalapeno poppers. And at jalapeno poppers, I'm going to dab my brush on both sides. And I'm just going to start putting this on the center part of my lid and bringing it in just a little bit. Just a tad. Do the same thing on the other side. Put it on the center and bringing it in just a tad. Hopefully this looks good. I'm not sure. Now I'm going to actually flip my brush, and I'm going to go back up here to the Raised Sin Bread. And I'm going to get a little bit more of that color on, and I'm going to dust it off. And I'm going to actually just kind of make sure that this is blended well enough up into the crease. Just trying to bring it up a little bit more because I do have like hooded eyelids. I just try to bring it up enough so that you can actually see the colors as my eyes are, when they're completely open. Because when I open my eyes, I feel like you can't see it as much as you can when my eyes are closed. So I'm just bringing it up just a little bit more. Just blending it out and bringing it up. Do the same thing, get a little bit more. And bring it up again on the other side. Just blend, blend, blend. Circular motions and windshield wiper motions. However you want to do it, just as long as you get it blended, it doesn't really matter. I've seen this new video by Melissa Autry. Let me know if you guys want me to do it. It's the No Blend Challenge. It looks pretty funny. Now I'm going to go into the bruschetta, but I'm going to clean my brush off first just to make sure there's nothing on it. Use the little Vera Mona color switch. I'm going to go back up to bruschetta and tap onto that, onto the tip of my brush. And there I'm just going to actually highlight my brow bone just a little bit. And also kind of just blend a little bit. This doesn't really do a whole lot of highlighting, so that's the other thing I don't really know about this palette. It doesn't really have a true good highlighter if you're wanting like a shimmery one. There's no true good highlighter in it, but that's okay. I don't think you always have to have a shimmer highlight. It's okay. Now what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to go ahead and start working on other parts of my face. So the first thing I'm going to work on is my cheeks. So actually no, you know what? We need to clean up our under eyes first, and we need to do our brows. So for brows, we're going to go ahead and use this bodyography because I always do that. I always start on my cheeks and then forget, but I need to do this first. So for the bodyography, what I typically do is I go in over here into the darkest side, just a tap, and then tap onto the lightest side too. And you'll see just how pigmented this is. It's very, very pigmented. You get a lot of product off. I start at the front. I know a lot of people start at the tail end of their brows, but I don't. I'm going to do the same thing, dip in both sides. And then I'm going to kind of flick it up to give yourself the look of actual real brow hairs. And this is just a powder, and honestly, I don't really even have to set my powders. You can set it if you choose to, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. So now what I'm going to do is actually just comb through it a little bit. And there's the first brow. It seems really dark right now though. Oh my goodness, I may have to tone that down. I'll show you guys how I tone it down if I happen to do that. So I'll do the other side here. I go under first. And then I'm going to do it again. And then again, we're going to flick up and give yourself the appearance of real brow hairs. And then go back with it. And this is just a little It Cosmetics, I think it's It Cosmetics. It's an It Cosmetics brow tool. I'm not sure how I got it or where I got it. Now I'm going to comb through this also. My brows look a little bold today, honestly. A little more bold than what I'm used to. So we're going to have to tame this down just a little bit. What I typically do if I go a little too bold, first of all, is I'll take my finger and just kind of dab at the front end part of it, because that's the part I always think that looks the most unrealistic on me. So what I like to do is that, and then also go in with my beauty blender and just kind of tap it a little bit. I typically do this. I don't know why. I just think it makes my brows look a little bit more realistic. I don't like the Instagram brows. I like the more realistic looking ones, so that's how I typically kind of fix if I mess up a little bit. So they're not perfect, but honestly, I'm not really worried. It's okay. Now I'm going to go in using this Sexy Booster by Physicians Formula. I'm going to use this to actually line the waterline of my eye. And how I typically do it is I just go in, whoops, not like that. I go in like this and close my eye and just kind of, and I mess up. So don't worry. If you mess up too, don't worry. I need to hold my hand on my cheek to help steady myself. And I get it under my eye and we'll clean that up. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Now, if you have contacts in, I recommend taking them out. I do have contacts in, and I've actually touched my contacts with the tools before, and that's not good, believe me. So we'll clean that up under here in a second. And actually now we're going to go ahead and go in with a liner. I'm going to use, I had a liner and I think I lost it. Here it is. It's over my table over here. I'm going to use the Eyeko I Do the eyeliner. This is the Eyeko I Do liquid eyeliner. And I'm just going to put on a little bit of a wing. Not a wing, but a little bit of a liner here. I'm not a perfectionist, so it's okay if it doesn't look completely perfect. So there it is so far. And then I'm going to come over here and do the other side. I can't really talk when I do this. I feel like I'm going to mess it all up. Well, that's as good as it's going to be today, so we're going to live with it. That's okay. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and put my mascara on. And as you guys know, I suck at mascara. This is the Lancome Hypnose Drama Mascara. It smells very florally. And I think I've heard that before, but I don't think I'd ever tried it enough to realize how florally it smelled. And it's very, very florally, to be honest with you. So if you don't like things that are very fragranced, I don't think you're going to like this mascara. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this on my lashes. And I'm still going to clean up that area underneath. Don't worry. We'll get it cleaned up. So I'm just putting some of this on. I think it's a really lengthening mascara, but I don't think it's very volumizing. I don't think it gives you a lot of lash. It doesn't make it look like you have a lot of lashes. I just think it makes your lashes look longer. So, I mean, if that's what you're looking for is length and not volume, I think you might like this. But you got to remember it does have a very potent rose scent to it. So you're going to have to like that also. I'm going to go in with 2 coats of this before I clean up anything. Because you guys know I'm a hot mess when it comes to mascara. So there is the second coat on this eye here. I think there's like a special technique for how to use this wand, but honestly, I couldn't care less. I'm just going to use it however I choose to do it. I know there's special techniques sometimes for mascara wands, but I'm sorry, but if you have to learn a special technique every time you use a wand, I'm not doing it, because I just rather use a mascara like a regular mascara. I'm not going to do all that fancy schmancy, like you have to twirl it one way, you have to shake it another way, you have to stand on your head, you have to do jumping jacks, whatever it might be. Hang on one second, I gotta grab a little Q-tip over here so I can clean up my eyelids, because I did make a mess. Of course. You guys knew that was going to happen though, right? You're like, duh, Tiffany, you're always going to make a mess with your eyelids. I gotta let you guys know something that happened crazy this week. I'm like stuffy, sorry guys. My actual YouTube account got hacked. Somebody tried to steal all of my videos. All of them. So my husband, thank goodness, was able to help me get them all back, but it was really a scary couple hours. I was in a panic. I was like, oh my gosh, all my videos are gone. What in the world am I supposed to do? So now what I'm going to do is to clean up under here. I'm actually not going to clean it up like crazy. What I'm going to do is actually kind of just kind of work with it and put a little bit of liner into my waterline. So I've got some in my tight line and my waterline now. And then in order to make that look even better, we're going to go back into our little palette here. And we're going to find a little brush. We're going to use this little brush here by Crown Beauty. And I'm going to go into this blue. This is Alfredo Pasta. And so this is going to be the blue. I'm going to take the blue underneath my eyes. Just a little bit. And blend it out, kind of like smoke it out just a little bit. So there it is, the blue. And go in again and do a little bit more. So sometimes when a makeup mistake happens, you can work with it and make it look better. My eyes are watering like crazy right now. I don't know if you can tell it or not, but they are. They're just like crazy watering. I think I might have touched my eyeball when I did that one thing. So now I'm going to go into the jalapeno poppers. I just cleaned this off onto the Veramona color switch to make sure it's completely cleaned off. I'm going to go into the jalapeno poppers. I'm going to put a little bit of that right here onto the tear duct area, the inner corner highlight. It's not much of a highlight, but it's better than nothing. So that's the only thing. I don't feel like there's a pop-in highlight in this palette, not at all. Now I'm going to go over to this mac and cheese. I'm going to go into this purple color here and put a little bit of it at the front part of my eyelid. Mac and cheese. A little bit here. Just to kind of blend it all together. Okay, now what I'm going to do is we're going to clean up under my eyes and everything by using some concealer. I have the Maybelline New Age Instant Age Rod. This is the Dark Circle Treatment Concealer. So this one's really good. It's like a pinky toned. So it's really good for, ooh, I think I might not have clicked any up there. It still doesn't feel like there's any in there. Watch it all start busting out the top. Oh my gosh, yeah, now we got plenty. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's some bright stuff. If you're looking for something for instant brightness, this is definitely going to give it to you. I mean, you could leave it like this if you'd like. You look like a little bit like a football player. Now I'm going to take my Beauty Blender and blend it from the inner corner up to the outer part of my eye, and then blend it down a little bit too, just to give a little bit of brightness to my cheek, my face. So that's how we're going to blend this. And I like to remember to look up and look down so that you're getting it into all those little nooks and crannies, your little English muffins. So there it is. It's super bright right now. Oh my goodness, it's really brightening. It might be a little too brightening actually. We'll work with it though. We'll get it to work. We'll work it out. I don't do the brightening and everything on my forehead and all that. I probably should, because it probably make it look a little bit more evened out everywhere. But I just don't. Okay, let's do it. Let's do a little bit, whatever's left over in here, we'll do it down the center of my face and right here onto my chin. That's how all the beauty gurus do it, right? I don't know. I'm not a beauty guru. I don't know how to do it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to go in using this little, this is the Luxie Tapered Highlighting Brush. And I'm going to clean it off, making sure there's nothing on the brush, because I think the last thing was a highlighter on it. So now I'm going to go in using this Physicians Formula Youthful Wear Creamy Natural Illuminating Finish little product powder here. And mine's broke. I broke the pan. I'm going to just set under my eyelids using this. I did drag up a little bit of mascara up there, didn't I? Did you see that? Why did y'all tell me? Why did y'all tell me that? I'm just going to set it all here. Just because I don't want to put a whole lot of powder, but I want to put enough that it's not going to look gross or anything, like sticky or tacky. Which I don't think that actual concealer ever gets really sticky or tacky, to be honest with you. So I think you'd be okay if you didn't really set it, especially if you have dry skin like I do. You probably could go without setting it. You don't have to set it. Now I'm going to go in with this big fluffy brush. This is a Real Techniques powder brush. I'm going to go in using the Bahama Mama bronzer. I'm going to go in and just tap a little bit on and tap some off. I'm going to go in and just kind of bronze my face up a little bit. And I don't do a whole lot of contouring or anything like that. I just kind of bronze. So, but you do you if you want to do a complete contour and all that. I just don't. I don't know why. I'm sure that it would look beautiful if I could figure out how to do it, but I think all these different techniques some of them are really hard to figure out. It's not that they're difficult, it's just that they're hard to figure out how they work on your face, because I think everybody's faces are made different. So for me, what looks good doesn't look good. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, so all these beauty gurus, they do things a certain way, and I'm like, that just doesn't look right on me. What am I doing wrong here? So anyway, now we're going to go into the Makeup Revolution. This is the Ultra Blush Palette, and I'm going to use some blush out of here. I'm going to use the top 2 shades here. So there's this, it's like a mauvey color, and this one's like a lighter pink. I'm going to use both of those shades, and I'm going to just lightly dust that onto my cheeks and bring it up my temple, which I know they say this is going to be one of the new beauty trends for 2017, and I've heard some people say that they don't like this trend. So if you don't like to do it like this, you don't have to. This is how I've always done it, because I've heard that this can kind of like make your face look a little bit thinner if you have a more larger framed face, which I do. I have a big head, so I like to try to make my face look a little bit thinner, and I've heard that this can help. I'm not like precise with my brush either, so I'm not precise with anything. I hope you guys can see that already. To me, it's more about just playing and having fun with your makeup than it is about being precise and everything like that. It doesn't have to be exactly precise. So now I'm going to go in with just a little bit more, and I'm going to, what I like to do is go in with the darkest shade right here, and then kind of do a little bit of a contour, just lightly dust it into the back part of my, like, angled there. Just do that with my blush. Even though I didn't do it with a actual contour color, I like to just make my blush look like it's like your contour. Do you see what I mean? I just think it looks good like that. Excuse my hair too, guys. I'm just not planning on fixing my hair a whole lot lately. I hate doing my hair. I could do makeup all day long, but hair, I don't want to do it. Is that terrible or what? Oh wait, you know, we forgot to use this. We can use this as our highlight. I forgot about this. This is the Star Crushed Minerals little powder here. This is the shade something Age to Perfection Champagne. So what I'm going to do is find my little brush over here. I've got a big mess behind or around you guys. If you guys could only see what I'm doing right now, you'd be like, girl, you need to clean up your room. It's a mess. It really is. Back to my YouTube channel getting stolen. Now that it's back together and everything again, I have it completely secure, which hopefully will never happen again, which never say never, right? I know that anything can happen. Now I'm going to put a little bit of this right here to brighten this up a little bit more, because I feel like the Balm palette just doesn't have a good highlight color, and I feel like this would be a little bit more better for brightening. Oh, I need to tap off some. I was about to make a huge mistake there. And now I can use this for my inner corner highlight too then. This is a really pretty color. Do you see it? Like, look at that. I mean, it's really pretty. This is something that came in my Ipsy bag, and I'm pretty impressed by it. I think it looks really nice. I wonder how good it would look as a highlighter. Do you guys want to try it? Do you think we should try it? Do we dare? 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 I don't know. Should we do it? Gonna tap. We're gonna try it. Okay, we're gonna have to tap off a lot. Holy smokes. That was a bad idea, guys. Uh-oh. Tap, tap, tap. Whoa. Uh-oh, it's leaving like a line. Don't do that as a highlight, because it's looking a little bit, you can see like the sparkles in it. You can see the actual sparkles, and it accentuated my pores. Don't try that as a highlight. So let's see if I can kind of fix that a little bit here. Let's dab, 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 dab. Try to fix a little bit. Not sure that that fixed it completely, but it's better than it was. You know, we're trying it out. We're experimenting here with makeup, and that's what's more important, that we're experimenting, right? So now we're going to go back into the Makeup Revolution little palette here, the blush palette, and I'm going to use this color right here at the top. This is a highlight, but it's like a pinky highlight, and I'll put that on instead, because that doesn't, ooh, I think we might have still had some of the other in the brush. That's a pretty darn strong highlight, and I don't really like a strong highlight. So, yeah, we're going to have to rub some of that in. I think maybe y'all turned off, so let's finish this up. For some reason, I'm not sure why my camera cut off. Let's kind of dab some of the highlight away. I'm not sure if you saw that part or not, but I put the highlight on and it was a little too bold for me. Now what I'm going to do is actually wipe my lips off, get off that Bite Agave lip mask, and we're going to use the Tarte double ended lip tint and cream. So first we're going to go in with the lip. This is like the stain part. And this feels like, honestly, like you're putting water on your lips. It's a little weird. It just feels weird on your lips. It feels like water. It's not really sticky afterwards either. I'm just not even sure what that consistency is. Now we're going to go in with the lipstick. And this is the shade, by the way. This is the shade Rosy Mauve. So there it is on my lips. I really like it. I think it's a really pretty color. I think it's nice. Now the only thing I need to do is set my face. I'm going to set it using the Juice Beauty. And then we're done. So that is the look this week using the products. I will tell you guys all the details about these products in Monday's video. So you guys just check back with me on Monday and I'll let you know whether or not I'll be keeping all these products and let you know whether or not they were fails and things like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.